So, what if I told you that Christians were being targeted by our current administration as terrorists, I guess? What if I told you those cars that crowd you on the road are all colluding and following apps, navigation apps, that target you if you notice this? Cars with blacked out windows, cars with loud mufflers, trucks with loud mufflers, trucks with trailers that are usually empty, pickup trucks with stuff hanging out over the back tailgate, usually very little in the back though. What you might hear in the background here is these very thing I'm talking about. It's Sunday, just afternoon, on a road that probably sees 500 vehicles a day, usually. But I'm building this portico that you see behind me here. And the entire time that I've been doing it, this is non-stop. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's 11 o'clock at night, 7 in the morning. It'll stay silent until the minute I crack this door open. So they obviously have a camera on the back door, yada yada, and it alerts low-life individuals, I guess, bottom feeders that I think are getting paid to do this to us. It's a sad state of affairs when our own government goes after the patriotic, the outspoken, the Christians, just generally the decent people, you know, First and Second Amendment lovers, you know, all that. So it's I just want to put this out here so maybe some people find it, they don't feel so isolated, they don't feel so like, what is going on? Is it, you know, this is all meant to stress you out to a point of you know, seeking help. You go to the police, they're part of it. They'll just gaslight you and ask you to get a psychiatric eval. The psych profession is fully aware of what's going on, and anybody that asks for help about people following or stalking, multiple people mobbing you in stores, following you in pairs of twos, blocking the road in front of you and behind you while you drive on the freeway. I've had the floating box technique used on me. You can look that up. Just Google it. It's a floating box. It's a CIA vehicle tactic to crash you on the freeway. They surround you. Either somebody taps the brakes in front of you and pushes you from behind, or they force you into the wall. They pushed me into the wall at 60 miles an hour. They've destroyed everything that I had. I had a Jeep I was restoring. They had 18 grand into that, and they shot it with BB guns, and I caught them on tape using cutting torches on it, but I couldn't get enough evidence apparently because, well, at that point I thought I could get help from law enforcement, but that's a joke. So just document what you can, know that you're not alone, and you know, it's our government has adopted a full-on communist terrorist mentality, and until some things change, it's going to go on. And it's a sad day. You know, I was the guy that thanked people for their service. You know, I would go out of my way to teach my grandson to thank our service people, to let them know we appreciate them, and that their time was well spent. But 2 years later, I think I might reassess that evaluation, seeing as how that a lot of these people are active and retired military. Fire department's heavily involved. They drive by me at least 4 times a day with sirens on and go out of their way, because where I'm at, they literally go a block past wherever they need to go and then make a turn The fire station is about 3 blocks away, but they will drive 2 blocks and then turn on this road and then go west, when they could take the turn before this one and end up there about a minute earlier. So either there's no emergencies, obviously, and this is just another one of their noise. They do noise harassment. They do light harassment. They will shine reflections in your eyes, especially if you're working off the ground. Their vehicles seem to just have just the right perfect angle with their windows and blacked out tint every time. They'll even they'll get in through the windows and try to do it in the house that you're at. Especially if they can continue to drive by. I have no idea how they do this. It must be like some kind of, 15 marks up and 15 marks west and tilt this freaking this way or whatever. Who knows the technology they use. I mean, they use electronic harassment and makes your brain fucking whistle like a freaking overheated ballast. They'll gang up on you, do 2 or 3 of them at a time. They'll follow you in traffic and aim these things at you. Of course you can't prove it because you're the only one that it's fucking aimed at or whatever. It's picking up on the certain frequency that you happen to hear, whatnot. But it's basically like trying to work with the squealing siren inside of your head all day. And focus on do something like this is not the easiest thing in the world. So my hats go off to the people that are dealing with this. My sympathy. I'm fighting it too. Just keep your head up, keep fighting, don't let them. We're the first line in a war, basically. They're coming after the people, I think, that are most likely to fight back. So don't let them win. They're trying to get us to react. They're trying to get us upset. Just like a football game, the second guy that retaliates is the one that gets caught, the one that goes to timeout, jail in our case, or worse. So don't let them bait you into reacting. That's my best advice. Whether I can follow that or not, it's a whole other story. I seem to enjoy antagonizing the bully. I just do. I don't go looking for a fight, but I sure like to fight back. So here I am, and it's just done nothing but increase. It's been 3 years of this every day, everywhere I go, even on holidays, on fishing trips out in the middle of the woods, you name it. They're with me, and they like to let me know. I'm trained like a dog whistle. These tires you hear, I can tell you what color truck and what make and model that was, because he fucking does it all day, every day. And that one too, the Honda Civic, a white one. But so I put a few videos out too that just show the traffic, how many times the same vehicles go past, how many people are looking into the backyard here on a quarter-mile stretch. I can't even pick this backyard out, but apparently 2/3 of the people going down this road like to look in here, shoot me the bird, honk. They'll play shit on the radio like Bad to the Bone or fucking Pantera Cemetery Gates, shit like that. They're just all around foul people. I mean, a healthy person wouldn't participate. They wouldn't stalk people. They wouldn't harass people. They wouldn't try to get people to commit suicide or lash out and injure, people. It's cowardly, not to mention it's treasonous. And you got everything from taco trucks to tow truck drivers, semi-trucks. But I will tell you, the fire department, the police department, sheriff's department, the city, the county, and state employees are at least privy to it, and many are taking part. I'm assuming that they get paid for their extracurricular activities. I almost feel like I'm the Pokemon Go, and they're chasing me, and fucking they get close to me, then their purse goes up, I guess. The longer they're next to me, maybe. But they will literally stand on your shoes in the store if you let them. And when you don't know what's going on, it's enough to drives you mad. It infuriates you. You try to explain it to other people. They all think you're crazy, so you get alienated. And if you can't articulate and wrap your brain around exactly what this is, it's a community policing project done by fusion centers in your local cities and towns. It's taught by the fire department, it's taught by the police station how to surveil, how to follow. They follow you around on Google Maps, just like you're a moving Pokemon Go. And it's relentless. I can leave my phone at home. They put GPS trackers on my vehicles. Not to mention all the handy mechanical work that they do, removing nuts and bolts and whatnot, and countless flat tires. This is my 4th vehicle in 3 years. They put subfloor adhesive in my wife's oil. We made it about 30 miles before it seized up and left us stuck in Tacoma. So it's just not a nice thing. They've poisoned both of my dogs. It's the worst thing, I think, probably out of everything. One of them survived long enough to make it about 2.5 years, but he had lymphoma from the rat poison that they used. So, and I had to put the other one down 2 days later. So it's been traumatic at the very least, but I'll tell you what, it'll make you stronger. It'll make you more calm, cool, collected, in control of what's going on. And most of all, if you're not brave, you'll break. So don't be afraid. Stay strong. Stay alert. I'll tell you one thing, they're not going to throw me in a fucking bus without taking a few of them with me. So you just give them something to think about. But we can't let them win, man. They're doing this to everybody. It's a depopulation program. It's a communism control mechanism installed by the Stazi, Germany, Poland, and all that. After the war and the Berlin Wall was taken down, the people that did the exact same thing were excommunicated from the townships. They're still vetting. Employers still vet in those countries to make sure that you were not a Stazi or a descendant of a Stazi. Grandchildren are still being refused work because their grandparents or whoever was found out to be one of these Stazis because they had a Freedom of Information Act and opened the records for the people who were surveilled, and everybody was on it. Files and files and files of just random nothing, that people would go to the store and do this and do that, and they were followed. It was all documented, and it was used against some for nefarious purposes. And totally, in this country, it's an infringement of the Constitution. 3 separate bills that I know of, amendments. No unlawful search and seizure includes, they're blanking me out right now, it's hard to focus. No unlawful search and seizure, I believe, is the 4th Amendment. They violate that with surveillance also. Due process is bypassed. The people that are having it done to them have no trial. They have no accusation against them that they know of that they can defend. It's just done to us, whether it's an experiment, whether it's punishment, whether it's the first step in war, I don't know, but it's the most un-American thing I can think of, and I refuse to go down with a whimper. I'm just not gonna. The people that participate in this are knowing. They have to know that they're doing just the most foul thing that can be done. They hide behind the Constitution that they violate. Otherwise, people like me would come out and do something about it. But instead, you're stuck watching it happen to you and trying to wrap your brain around it. So, but once you dig enough, you'll find the infraguard. You'll find the community policing. They've got ads in Here we use the Indeed app. You look on the Indeed app and punch in stalking, S-T-A-L-K, not grocery stalking, not stock car racing, stalking, and you will find jobs that pay, here they pay from 17 to 20 something an hour, with potential for law enforcement careers, it says. See, the thing is, they don't think that we know. And they don't. They suppress all these videos. They suppress anything that mentions gangstalking, community policing, harassment, mobbing, you name it. They censor it, go after it, delete it, block it. You know, you might get one like and think that it's actually out there, but it's not. Nobody else is getting to see it. So, but at least we keep going and document this shit till somebody gets through enough that it becomes a topic of conversation to where people are like, yeah, that's happening to a friend of mine as well. And then it becomes very real. So document what you can. I said it was against Christians because as this started, when I was in the